Once upon a time, under a sky the color of a bright afternoon dream, a boy named Muji walked through a sea of tall green grass. The hills breathed softly in the distance. Clouds drifted like friendly ships that never needed to hurry, and the breeze folded the grass one way and then the other as if it were brushing the land's hair. Muji wore a red cap that kept the sun from tickling his eyes, a white shirt, and blue shorts that made a whispering sound when they brushed the grass. He was not alone. On his left padded a small red dragon named Cinder, warm as a pocket stone that had been held for a very long time. On his right bounced a small blue dragon named Raindrop, cool as a cup of water that you sip when you are still half asleep. They were the size of puppies and moved with the careful certainty of creatures who already understood the shape of the day. Cinder's scales shivered with tiny sparks when the sunlight touched them, and every now and then a cinnamon thread of smoke curled from his nostrils. Raindrop's scales looked like the inside of a seashell that had learned the sky's secret. When he laughed, the grass put down its tiredness and stood a little straighter. Part 1. The Walk Across the Bright Field. Cinder spoke first, as he often did when the morning was clear. His voice was a quick drum in Muji's chest that made you want to walk a little faster. "The house is ahead," he said, and Muji could feel the words more than hear them. "The door will be open. Today is the day you learn how to hold a moment without breaking it." Raindrop's voice drifted like the cool shade under a tree. "We are not late and we are not early. We are exactly when we need to be. Feel your steps. Count the soft crunch of the earth. Let the sky walk with you." Muji tried counting the crunches, but the rhythm of the field kept changing as the breeze changed direction, and he decided that walking could be a kind of counting even when the numbers were not sure of themselves. He looked at Cinder. "Why is the house important?" he asked. "To teach you how to burn without harming," Cinder said, and the ember light in his eyes brightened. Muji looked at Raindrop. "And to teach me how to cool without stopping?" he guessed. Raindrop smiled. "You already hear what the house will say." They followed a path that was not a line so much as a suggestion. Tufts of clover made tiny islands in the grass. Grasshoppers bounced ahead like little green ideas. The mountains in the distance were quiet and blue, as if the sky had left pieces of itself on the earth to remember the shape of its joy. Muji's mind flowed the way a child's mind flows when the day is kind. He thought about how the clouds looked like piled bread, about how his cap was the color of cherries, about how he could feel each dragon's temperature where they brushed his legs, warm on one side, cool on the other. A perfect pocket of balance he did not want to lose. Cinder taught him the fast way of noticing. "Listen for the sound that matters most," he would say. "Find the rhythm inside the noise. The field is busy, yet one sound is the spine of the day. It is the one that tells you what to do next." Today, the spine sound was the steady hush of the wind sweeping the grass. It said, "Keep going." Raindrop taught him the slow way of noticing. "Look for the thing that is trying not to be seen," he would say. "It hides at the edges of your eyes. When you turn to it, it pretends to be something ordinary. Be patient. Invite it. Let it come to you." Today, the hidden thing was the cool shadow the clouds were writing on the hills. The shadow moved with a purpose that had no hurry inside it at all. The three of them made a soft caravan, and the path accepted their steps. Muji began to tell himself a story the way children do when they are both the traveler and the map. In his story, the field was an ocean made of grass blades. Cinder was his fireboat, built from the last piece of sunset. Raindrop was his water boat, built from the first piece of the moon. He sailed both boats at once by standing with one foot in each, and neither boat sank because they trusted his balance. The sky watched and smiled. "Do the people in the town see us?" Muji asked after a while. "They see a boy with a red cap and a good heart walking through a field in the warm light." Raindrop said, "Some will think you are alone. Some will notice the way the grass bends 3 ways instead of 1, and they will guess. The house sees us exactly as we are." Muji liked that answer. He liked that there were different kinds of seeing and that none of them had to be wrong in order for one of them to be right. He asked Cinder what the house looked like, But Cinder only stretched his wings and sent a peppery smell into the air. "A thing that has waited for a long time," he said. "A thing that would rather be quiet than be wrong." The walk became a kind of song that no one sang out loud. The first verse was the crunch of Muji's steps in the wind's hush. The second verse was the occasional chirp of a far-off bird trying to remember a dream. The third verse was the sound of small dragons breathing, one breath warm and quick, the other cool and deep, and Muji felt himself belonging to the verses the way a pebble belongs to the pocket that carries it. After the song had gone on for a while, the field changed its mind and grew in thinner patches. Wildflowers showed their small, brave faces, yellow and white and blue, starry as if the night had spilled and the day decided to keep what spilled. Muji picked none of them. He remembered something his grandmother had whispered once when she thought he was falling asleep. "When a place is very beautiful, leave more than you take, even if you only take a feeling." He left his wonder there and felt taller for it. Cinder pointed his snout at the horizon. A faint square interrupted the curve of